Hey everyone, I'm Wafungaiwa. Um, this video is going to be like a little diary type thing, probably sent to my friends so they could see what I thought of all the music that I listened to in September. Um, I haven't really listened to music before this, but I started college and I see everybody walking around, AirPods in, headphones on, locked in, so I decided maybe it's a good time to start as I'm walking around campus. Um, I'm just gonna yap about stuff I like, stuff I didn't like, whatever. Uh, I've only listened to full albums so far, all of which my friends recommended to me. Um, so yeah, that's just the kind of stuff I've been listening to. I don't know what kind of visuals to put for the video, so I'll probably put like Overwatch gameplay because I don't know what to put. Um, so yeah, I got a spreadsheet here so I could kind of just go down the list of what I listened to, talk about the ones I liked, whatever. So I decided to start the month with Childish Gambino. I went to a concert with a friend. Shout out Ford. Uh, I kind of credit him with starting me off. I just listened to all the Childish Gambino albums. I really liked him. He's got some great songs. Yeah, don't take my baby boy. That's a oh my god, that hits so hard from Awaken My Love. By the way, I'm probably just gonna sing the parts I like. That's kind of just what I do, whatever. But yeah, he had some fun albums. Awaken My Love was cool. Camp was cool because the internet. Oakland, oh my god, that's like one of my favorites so far. Um, Kauai, Ada Vista, Final Church, that's a good one. Bando Stone in the New World, I don't know how to explain this, but that kind of felt different from his other stuff, but it was still good. I think I definitely liked a lot of his music. Um, and yeah, I think that was a good place to start. I definitely liked his stuff. He had some really, really good songs, but also no shame to any of the artists if I say bad stuff, because I respect them all for being able to make music. That's a cool thing. But I won't lie, there were a few songs that were kind of not it. I think one of them was California or something in Awaken My Love. That one didn't do it for me. But yeah, he was pretty cool. I liked his stuff. Um, Next up, I listened to some Kanye West. I won't lie, I've been doing like separate art from artists. I really don't care what the artist gets up to in their free time, whatever their beliefs are. I'm just not gonna think about that. Maybe I should, but I don't really care. I started with Graduation. I've heard that referenced a lot, and of course, all my friends recommended every album I mentioned. Somebody has recommended to me, so um, that album, I don't know if it's like corny to say this in the Big 25, but it like kind of clicked for me. Like I just really feel like that album was just meant to be. Like all those songs I feel like were the vision that this guy had in its purest form. I feel like each of those songs belongs together. So I'll put a list up at the end of there are just some albums I feel like are just better albums as a whole. I have two playlists. I have a liked playlist and then I have a favorite playlist. Um, so if I believe an album is a great album, I didn't necessarily add more songs or anything, but it's like I would listen to the album again, the whole way through just to, hear all the songs together. But there are some albums where I just liked a few songs and I just want to listen to those ones. But Graduation, that really, um, I don't know, I just thought that was good. 808s and Heartbreak, that was pretty good. RoboCop is probably my favorite from that album. Yeezus was great. That's another album oh man, I just feel like that was the vision, you know? Kids See Ghosts, which I know somebody else worked on that, Kid Cudi. I've never heard of that person before, but I think it was him who was singing this part. Lord, shine your light on me, save me, please. Ooh, ooh. I'm not a religious guy or anything, but man, when they start talking about God in some of these songs, I won't lie, I feel the light. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think one thing about Kanye I really like are his lyrics. I don't necessarily, honestly, I don't pay attention to lyrics too much. There's some parts where the lyrics are just, I like them, you know, whatever, I'll sing along, but I don't necessarily agree with or understand what the meaning is. But if this makes any sense, I feel like Kanye's lyrics are truly his, kind of in the same way where it's like if you watch a Quentin Tarantino movie and you listen to the dialogue, you know it was written by that guy. And I feel like when you listen to Kanye, the things he says, the way he says it, I feel like it really screams Kanye, if that makes sense. Like Childish Gambino, he had, you know, great lyrics, but there were certain parts where it kind of felt like somebody could have given him the lyrics and he's singing it. Um, Not that I think he did that or anything, but I just feel like Kanye's lyrics are truly feel like his. Um, so yeah. Next up, one of my friends recommended Somber. I've never heard of this guy before, but I listened to I Barely Know Her. I thought it was alright. There were a couple songs I added. And it was actually at this point I was texting my sister for some recommendations. And I said, oh, you gotta beat, you know, the couple of friends that sent stuff already. Like, you gotta give me better songs than them. Like, just, you know, messing around. And she said, oh, like, she called it out. She said, oh, is he putting you on Somber? I'll put the text up on screen. It was actually funny. I don't understand how she knew, but whatever. He was all right. And, some other my friends were making fun of this guy too. I don't know. They were saying he's like an industry plant. I don't understand because I don't stay in the loop with music stuff. But whatever. Next up, I listened to "How to Be a Human Being" by Glass Animals. That was fun. There were a few songs in there I liked. The next one up, "Wiped Out" by The Neighborhood. That was a great album. I think I only added maybe what is this? Maybe two or three songs to my liked and favorite playlist out of that. But man, just the album as a whole, like I would just listen to it straight through again because I don't know, it was just nice. Another one, Justina by Artemis. That album really clicked for me. Um, I think it was around this point I realized an aspect I like in music that I never knew before. Obviously, I've heard music before, but I've never listened through a whole album before this month. Um, I realized I really like when they do some kind of vocal distortion or change something about the mic or something like that. When artists kind of use vocals and tune them electronically in some way. I'm really a big fan of that. I honestly I can't tell you why, but just when my ears hear voices being distorted, it's very I don't know, it just is nice for my ears to hear that. And this person, Artemis, did that a lot on this album. I also listened to "Pretty" by Artemis. That was pretty good. I listened to "Who Really Cares" by TV Girl. That was alright. There was one song I liked, but the rest of them not really my favorite. Um, First stinker album, "In Utero" by Nirvana. Not it. I don't know what to say. I can't really. It's hard to articulate my thoughts um, for music, but I don't know. That album was not it for me. I don't think I did not add a single song. Eh, just not really it. My sister recommended Jeff Buckley. I used to make fun of her for liking Jeff Buckley because I heard a few of the songs and I thought he was very dramatic and whatever. But I listened to the album Grace Legacy Edition. That's what it is on Apple Music. So, um, and honestly, it wasn't even that bad. There were actually a few songs that I did end up adding. I will say I don't understand what this means, but on Apple Music, the album was split into two discs. Um, I don't really understand what that means, but disc two was kind of awful. Disc one had a few nice ones. I think Mojo Pin was my favorite. Um, but disc two, not it. I don't know, not it. OK Computer by Radiohead was fun. Suburban Daredevil by Wi-Fi Skeleton. I didn't really like that album. It was kind of interesting. I remember a lot of the songs were really short, but there was this one. Let me see. My 21st Reason slash 3 divided by 3. I don't know, but that one hit. Um, An Evening with Silk Sonic by Bruno Mars. That album was fun. Is This It by The Strokes? That was alright. Demon Days by Gorillaz. That was fun to listen to. Ants from Up There, Black Country New Road. Not really for me, but I did end up adding one song to my liked. Favorite Worst Nightmare by Arctic Monkeys. That's the one with Teddy Picker. That was probably my favorite song on that. I remember that. That was good. Um, One of my friends recommended Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. That album was one of the ones that just clicked for me. Like it just, I don't know, something about it is just really, really cool. I feel like I see the vision or hear the vision, I guess. If that makes if that makes no sense, well, whatever. I really like that album. It had quite a few great moments. Um, my sister recommended Frank Ocean. I listened to Channel Orange and Blonde. Blonde was, I think, the better album in my opinion. Like I would listen to Blonde again. Channel Orange I liked. I ended up adding more songs to my liked and favorites from Channel Orange, but I still think like Blonde I would listen to the whole thing again. But Channel Orange, there were there were a few moments where I was just kind of like, yeah, this ain't it. But there were a lot of moments that I really liked. Pyramids is great. She's working at the pyramids tonight. Oh wait, that was so out of tune. I'm keeping it in. What the hell? Um, yeah, he does a lot of some kind of weird vocal distortion. That part in, oh, what song is it? But he's going keep a place for me, and it's like kind of this weird, high pitched, whatever. Yeah, I liked him. He was fun. Then I listened to Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. That was a great album to listen to. Um, yeah, it just had a lot of, I don't know, it felt very consistent, you know? Like I would listen to that whole album again because it just, I don't know, something about it was just fun for my ears. I listened to Weezer by Weezer. I don't understand why they named it the same as I guess it's a band. Um, that was alright. Next one I didn't love, Sunburn by Dominic Fike. Not it for me. If I don't know if this is like corny, but like it's just not my vibe, you know? Like I would just never see myself listening to these songs, just walking around doing whatever daily task I have. So, Decide by Djo, whatever. That was a great album. I didn't end up adding any to my favorites, but I added like 8 to my liked playlist because it was just very consistent in my opinion, and I liked it. So that was a great album. Another one I didn't like, oh, this friend, Spirit Phone by Lemon Demon. Oh my, to that friend, you know who you are. God bless you and your family. I'm not a religious person. I just say that. Nah, this album wasn't it. This album was not it. Um, but no offense, of course. I appreciate all the recommendations I get. Um, Thank you to all my friends and my sister. Next album was Take Care by Drake. Ooh, I don't know. Drake was kind of cool. I don't know. I always see him as like this corny guy, but honestly, the album was pretty good. That part in what is this headlines? They know, they know. Ooh, you know when that part comes up, I be singing and dancing down the sidewalk. But yeah, so I gotta say on Apple Music, the album cover is a little corny, but there's like this picture of him smoking when you like I don't know pull up the player, and it's just such a stupid picture, but it's also kind of tough at the same time. I'll put it on screen because I really like that. Like anytime I see it, I open like anytime his song starts playing, I open my phone and I just look at that picture because it's just kind of funny. But next album was Pre-Cum by Aisha Erotica. That was fun to listen to. It was definitely interesting because this person does a lot of distorting vocals throughout the whole album, but I really thought it started strong. Like I liked the first 2 songs, and it's a short album. It's only 8 songs total. But as it went on, it kind of got more and more distortion. And there was a point where I was like, it was early. It was only third or fourth song. I was like, are my headphones broken or is this just crazy, crazy distortion? So I thought it started strong, but kind of fell off a little quick. Um, and then the last album, Turn Blue by the Black Keys. That was a fun listen. But yeah, so that's kind of those were all the albums that I listened to this month. What is that? 36 total. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep going. Thanks to all my friends and my sister for recommending all these albums. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.